How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. Today I invite you to have a look at the brand new Mezco ONE 12th Collective Batman Sovereign Knight action figure. A lot of people have been waiting a long time for this one to come out, and finally it's here. Simple gray packaging with a bat on the front, Batman Sovereign Knight on the top left there. Left hand side of the package has more Mezco-y stuff and a bat symbol, as does the right hand side. More Mezco-y stuff and a bat symbol. The back of the packaging shows everything that you're going to get on the inside as per usual. The figure and all of his accessories. And now that we've looked at the front, back and sides, we'll just slide him out of the slidey box. And here's what we get. A great big fat window in the front like we're used to seeing with the Mezco ONE 12th Collective figures. And the back, you've got that Mezco buggy guy's face right there with the shiny black and the matte black, and there it is. Once you get your Batman figure out of the window box, you get this little sheet here that talks about the whole welcome to Mezco and blah blah blah, ages 18 and up. If you've owned these figures before, you probably haven't read more than one of these before you've just crumpled it up and tossed it over your shoulder. Now, I've just gone ahead and removed all of the plastic coverings and things like that so that we can get a nice clear shot of the first layer of what comes in the packaging. We got a blue-eyed Bruce Wayne head. Not too different really from the one that we got with the original Ascending Knight Batman. It looks pretty good. And then we also got a cowled Batman head sculpt where you can see that this is Batman after he has seen some shit. And then we have a regular cowled Batman with the short ear horns. Some people call them horns, some people call them ears. I don't even care. They look like horns, but they're supposed to be bat ears. Anyway, he's got his teeth bearing, and a lot of people are going to choose to use this head sculpt on their Batman figure rather than the one that comes on the body. He's also got this here really way cool looking bat drone. This is probably one of the coolest looking accessories in the package. Now, something really kind of cool about the bat drone here is that it's not just one piece, but there's articulation here in the bat wings, which they didn't really have to do, and they did, which is, I mean, that's cool. I dig it. He's also got a sonic distributor. I think that would be for calling the bats to come to his aid. I mean, the bats aren't really your friend, right? You have to attract him with something. Just because he's Batman doesn't mean he's like Willard, only with bats. And Batman also comes with a grappling gun with two hooks. One that has a string attached to it and another one that doesn't have a string attached to it. That just fits in the gun. Well, they both do. Batman also comes with 9 interchangeable hands, including a Kryptonite Knuckle Duster hand, which, I mean, that's basically just Kryptonite brass knuckles, right? A whopping 10 Batarangs, and also 1 large Batarang. That's a lot of Batarangs. Seriously. You know I'm gonna lose some of those, right? Below that, we've got the base of the action figure stand. And then in the next level, we got all this good stuff. You get this here arm that goes on the stand. You pop out the bottom, and then you put it on top. Cape grabby clips here for grabbing onto the cape. And that way you can make him have little glidey poses. I personally never use these things, like, ever. The bit here that all the little cape glidey things go into, bop, 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 there. They just fit in there like that, and then you splay him down and attach him to his cape, and you have flight poses with the cape, or gliding poses. It fit on my... Ugh. And then finally, you got a little baggie for putting all the stuff in that you're afraid you're going to lose. Like his zillion Batarangs. There. Now I won't lose them. And there's even a spot right here to write down all the stuff that you have in the bag. And then we have the figure. And this is one that I've been waiting for, well, at least since I found out. I can't even remember how long that was, but it feels like it's been forever. And that is it. I gotta tell you, when you look at the spread of accessories and all the stuff that comes with this Batman figure, for the $80 American price point, I feel like this is definitely a competitive offering for what it is. All right, now let's look at the figure up close. Now when it comes to that Mezco ONE 12th Collective signature extra intricate detail thing that they do, this Batman figure is absolutely no different and no slouch. The texturing of the fabric of his suit is something that they clearly had to design themselves and come up with. And it definitely looks better than the initial pictures that we've seen at the toy fairs and Comic-Cons, be it New York or San Diego. Possibly they've reworked the initial look of the fabric, but either way, in person, it actually looks really quite nice. Also, the boots and the gauntlets both have their own fair share of interesting new line work and details and stuff like that. And on both accounts, I think that it actually suits Mezco and what they're trying to accomplish with their line of DC figures. This Batman figure's boots and gauntlets look absolutely fantastic. Not a huge fan of the black knee pads, if I'm being honest. Even the bat's got some detail to it, and I can understand why they didn't opt for just a flat bat against his chest, but they wanted to have some kind of raised detail to it. And the utility belt, though admittedly not my favorite design for a Batman utility belt, and mostly the buckle. I really would have preferred a basic buckle on this figure. I absolutely get what they were going for and think that it does match. And then of course we have the head sculpt, which has been painted really nicely, by the way, and I think that it's a healthy mix between the '89 Keaton Batman cowl and also the Arkham Origins Batman cowl. It's very no-nonsense looking and definitely would strike fear and terror into the hearts of the criminal element of Gotham, and also looks kind of bulletproof. The cape that comes stock with this figure, the outside has kind of a leathery look to it, while the inside has that matte black. You can kind of hear it though, right? Like it has a kind of a cheap sound to it, but it doesn't really look that cheap when you're looking at it. Although if you're someone that likes a wired cape, then you are absolutely going to want to replace it. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the detail around the bottom part of his cowl there. And I think, again, it looks fantastic, and it matches what Mezco has been doing overall stylistically with their DC characters and with this Batman figure overall. Now just for funsies, here he is in comparison to my custom Mezco 1/12 Collective classic looking Batman. I had to replace the boots, the gauntlets, the belt, give him trunks, the neck piece, and the head, all to get a more classic looking Batman figure. This Batman figure here seems to be, if I'm being honest, more inspired by the new 52 version of Batman than a classic looking Batman, that's for sure. No trunks and more detailed armor. So this definitely doesn't look to be inspired by a completely classic looking Batzy. Take those same trunks and slap them on this Batman and, well, I mean, this is what you get. I'm not really sure how I feel about this actually. What do you think? Leave it down in the comment section below. Trunks or nah? Personally, on the whole trunks or nah debate, you know where I stand. I'm okay without or with, although I grew up with the trunks, so I usually prefer to see Supes and Batman with the trunks, although again, this is sort of like, I don't really know how I feel about it yet. And for our first Batman action figure size comparison with an actual factory figure, you can see we've got the Dawn of Justice 1/12 Collective Batfleck figure, and the bodies are actually very comparable in size and scale. This one's noggin's a little bit bigger than the Batfleck, but in general, they're very much in scale and proportion to each other. And then secondarily, I thought I'd pop him down next to my Dark Knight Returns Batman from Mezco 1/12 Collective. The bodysuit looks almost white in comparison to the Mezco Sovereign Knight's batsuit. What a massive difference in gray colors. As for the articulation, those of us who have been collecting Mezco 1/12 Collective for a while will likely know pretty much what this guy's capable of, but for the sake of those who this might be their first Mezco 1/12 Collective, I'll go through it piece by piece. The head is on a ball peg. It's actually a double ball peg, one inside the neck and one inside the head. So there's actually plenty of range. Whoopsie daisy. And there's also quite a reasonable range of articulation for this Batman. The double ball peg system really works well for this guy. Shoulders, they're on, I'm assuming, a ball peg, and there's also some back and forth butterfly motion. The bicep is going to have a 360 swivel. Batman's elbow is going to be double jointed. There's also rotation up here at the top of the glove like that, as well as the wrist because you've got a ball hinge. You've got articulation under the torso, movement at the waist. You got the groin that splays right out, likely on ball joints, as well as having rotation at the top of the leg, double jointed knees that go very crunchy, rotation at the top of the boot, as well as a ball peg for the ankle. And there's quite a bit of rocking and rolling posability there. Honestly though, I'm not going to push these articulation points too far on account of not wanting to damage this spectacular suit. Okay, so now that we've talked about pretty much everything that I wanted to touch on for this action figure review, what would my final verdict be? Well, for the $80 price point that this guy is going to run you if you purchase him not on the secondary market, I think that he's absolutely worth it for an adult collectible. The quality's all there. The paint looks fantastic. The suit looks absolutely stunning. Mezco has gone over and above to deliver some pretty cool looking, fantastic, unique to Mezco detail all over this figure. They seem to have improved upon the materials used, because this cape is definitely better than the previous cape for the Batman Ascending Knight. And I feel like Mezco has tried to give us something that looks kinda classic, but also kinda modern. Like, it's not hard to imagine this being a classic Batman with the black and gray, only no trunks, but at the same time, you can also imagine this as being something kinda modern, like sort of New 52-ish. I know that some people really hated the look of Batman in the New 52, but I was actually okay with it. I was one of the people that was on board with the New 52 Batman look. Don't get me wrong, how he looks currently with the pouch belt trunks and the basic black and gray suit, that is my favorite iconic look. But this one, as far as Mezco's designs go, I feel like it matches the overall style and flow of their DC Comics related characters. I can stand him with the Flash and Captain Marvel and Green Arrow, and I think that he looks fantastic standing with them. Honestly, reviewing this Batman makes me so uber excited for the soon coming Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern Mezco 1/12 collective figures. We are getting so close to having a complete Justice League made by Mezco that I'm actually really tickled. I kinda hope that they do Martian Manhunter and Plastic Man, Black Canary, Robin, and possibly Hawkman, and Hawkwoman, and the Atom. Okay, I know that list could go on forever, but I really do think that the Mezco line of DC Comics characters is shaping up quite nicely. And again, I really feel like they gave us good bang for our buck. 10 Batarangs plus a big one, and also the Bat Grapple and a Sonic Distributor, Kryptonite Knuckle Duster, 3 extra heads. Sorry, not sorry, but I'm saying it now. This is my favorite comic book version of a Mezco 1/12 collective DC Comics character. And let's face it, I really like Darkseid, and Green Arrow, and The Dark Knight Returns Batman, and Shazam. Well, here I go again, just naming characters. But this is one that I've been the most excited about, and being completely and truly honest, it hasn't let me down one bit. I really like this. Thanks, Mezco, for offering up a fantastic Batman for us Batman fans and collectors alike. And that is it. That is my final opinion on this figure. If you found this review helpful or useful in any way, if you've liked it at all, please take the time to leave a like on this video so that I know I've done something right for you today. Leave any comments you have down in the comments section below. And finally, if you're loath to the idea of missing even one more of my DC Comics related videos from showing up in your inbox, well then I have a very simple remedy for you. I invite you today to become a super friend and join the DC squad. It's very simple. You hit the red subscribe button, you ding the bell to turn on my notifications so that you know when I've uploaded something, and if it's something that tickles your fancy, you stop on by and say hello. And with that, I'm done. So thank you so much for watching. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.